Hey guys, it's Saturday. It's about noon. It's 12:24. And I'm about to start my day. It's a bit of a late start. I need to get some breakfast slash lunch, and then I'm gonna work on convention stuff, I think. Let me show you what I was doing yesterday since I didn't vlog. Well, the first thing I did was I revamped a lot of my thumbnails on YouTube. I really need to go back and revamp some of the really old videos, but I just did some of my more recent ones, just updated the thumbnails because I had that oil painting video. It's really bright. Let me just... I had that oil painting video and I wasn't a big fan of the original thumbnail I did, so I ended up changing it. And I really liked the new one, and I was like, oh, this is such a cute style. I should do this for more of my thumbnails. And so I was changing some to be similar. So this was the original thumbnail, and I didn't like the colors in this. I like how the oil painting stuff is all there and somewhat visible, yet it's blurred. But I just, every time I looked at it, I was like, ugh, I don't like that. And so I changed it to be this, which I think is way cuter. And instead of having the elements in the background, I just drew some of them really cartoony, and I love this, and I love this shade of pink because it really pops for thumbnails and things. And I was like, oh my god, I just want to do more of this in more of my thumbnails. I didn't do illustrations in any of the other ones, at least not yet. There may be some that I do that for, but for other ones I just wanted the real image of the art or whatever to be in the thumbnail. So I changed, for example, the tracing one. I did the pink background instead of black. That one always bugged me because it didn't really match the rest. The most common critique I get, I just removed the art altogether from the background because that one always bothered me too. Art room tour, I took a whole new picture for that one. Again, a thumbnail that bothered me. I just felt like the colors are weird in it, even though I like how it shows the photo wall and stuff. There's interesting items in the thumbnail, but I feel like it's not attention grabbing enough, and so I took a new photo, which is this, which definitely more enticing to click on in my opinion. I also did this snowman one because it had a black border, and I was like, that black and white is just not me, man. This gold one I feel like could use a little revamp, but I don't think I have the Photoshop file. Maybe on my laptop, because I made that one on my laptop at Christmas time. But at the same time, this video has over 600,000 views, so maybe I shouldn't change the thumbnail because it's clearly enticing enough. And that's as far as I got. I didn't change anything beyond that. Oh yeah, I also did the castle one. I just changed how visible the text is in the corner. It just had lines behind the text, and I made it be a bubble instead. Stuff like that. Just making them appear nicer. I just feel like I want to include more of those cartoony elements in my thumbnails. I'm also going to be redoing my avatar, which is a huge deal, the Goofy Baylee face. I almost want to wait until after the Calgary Expo. Oh, I don't know. I have this huge banner that I bought for conventions, and I've used it only for one convention so far. And it's this tall banner of Goofy Baylee, head to toe. And I'm like, cool, now I want to change the Goofy Baylee. I mean, I could still use that banner for a little while after the redesign, which I guess would help with the transition for people recognizing me and being like, oh yeah, it's that girl. So I guess that's fine. I could still use it for conventions for this year, but at some point soon, I would like to change my avatar up. Okay, now let me show you the stuff related to convention stuff. So I made more art for Kingdom Hearts buttons and sticker sets. I did Aqua and Terra and the Keyblade and the little crown. Made those into buttons and made this sticker sheet. I want to see how this prints on the sticker paper because stuff usually looks pretty vibrant on there. I'm concerned about Kyrie's hair and Axel's hair because when I printed them to be buttons, they were too dull. Like this was just too dark, and then hers looked too brown, which is odd because it looks nice and reddish, like a purpley reddish color here. And so I want to print one and see how it looks to see if I need to tweak the sticker sheet as well. And speaking of printing the buttons, boy, this is where I wasted all my time last night. The first button sheet printed out like this. It's missing colors, if you can't tell. It's supposed to look like this, but instead looked like this, like it has a weird filter over it. Well, first I thought, oh, maybe some ink is out, and it's true, there were some cartridges that were basically empty that I had to refill, but none of those were the cyan. And when I would print a nozzle check, the cyan wasn't coming out at all except for one narrow strip, which is why I would get that one little strip of it right there. Let me find that actually. Right here. No cyan at all except that little strip that you can hardly see. And a nozzle cleaning wasn't cleaning it, and so I figured, oh no, I have to take the print head out. I had this issue with my last printer, and it's part of the reason why I had to get a whole new one. My print head is just permanently clogged on the other one for the photo cyan. It's always the blues, it's the photo cyan on the other one. It would be streaky, and I could not get it to not be streaky. I've deep cleaned that printer head so many times, and I can't get it to work. And so for this one, I pulled out the print head, did a deep clean, put it back in, and it was working. That one's bad because you can see through the paper. This is why I didn't print that color catalog double-sided. Like, look how bad this looks. Anyway, it looks mostly okay, but there's some fade out on top. It's like a little gradient. It fades out to nothing, and the bottom does the same thing, but not as severely. And I actually never got a better nozzle check than this. This is where it's at right now. I just found a workaround though by printing at high quality instead of standard quality, which is fine for the paper I'm going to be using anyway. I was testing on the really cheap paper, and for that standard quality looks better, but I went high quality on the other paper and eliminated the banding. So for example, here's a standard quality printout. We've got stripes here. You can see stripes over Riku there, and then you can see stripes here as well. And then printing high quality, you don't see any of that. It's just because it prints smaller strips, I think, and it hides that. Like, I can't even see a hint of banding, which is really nice. So finally, at the end of the night, I got a couple normal printouts. I have one where I crossed out all the axles because this was before when his hair was darker. And so I made his hair a bit lighter and the background a bit darker so that he would pop a bit more and the red would look more vibrant. And the rest of them printed fairly okay, except Kyrie, like I mentioned. Where's hers? It's actually very subtle. My reprintout still looks a bit brown, but that was original, which looked very brown, and now it looks a little more reddish over here. If you have the Canon Pixma Pro 100 like I do, you need to use it on a regular basis or your print heads will clog. Also, if you use an ink cartridge till it's 100% dry, that can mess up the print head as well, so don't let your cartridges get fully empty. Yeah, that's basically it. For my advice, I guess, when I pulled out the print head, it was so gucky on the bottom. Even my old one didn't look like that. There were big globs of dryish ink on the bottom, so there was some kind of leakage, which was an issue. This is gonna be a really long vlog. I feel like I've already been talking and showing you so many things and I haven't even started working yet. You guys, here's today. Here's Van X Road. February, why do you gotta be so short? I'm in that mood where I wanna do everything. I'm like, I wanna press buttons. No, I wanna make stickers. No, I wanna plan out my oil painting. That's a good problem to have though, instead of being in the mood to do nothing. I have some yogurt and a cinnamon raisin bagel with some butter on it. My mind is just jumping all over the place. Okay, I was reading comments while I was reading comments on the oil haul video, and there is a comment from This and That 42 that said I could possibly use my acrylic stand that I use for the oil paints. I could potentially use that to display some stuff on my table at conventions. And I was like, oh my god, that could possibly work for my stickers. The backs might not be high enough, but I don't know, maybe I could find some way to incorporate those because I think I have 4 of those, at least 3. I use them for displaying little Tsum Tsums and things, and eventually they will go back to being used for that, at least one of them. But let me just try this out. I don't know, we'll see if this will work. For buttons, I already have a vertical display because that's my big thing that I've been trying to do is display stuff more vertically. I already have a vertical display for my buttons, and then they're also flat on the table. And then last time I did have my button or my stickers vertically displayed, but it was just a last minute pinning of them to these metal grates that I have. It didn't really look that good and I couldn't get the metal grates to be quite how I wanted. And so I was thinking of just pinning stickers to a pin board sort of thing, which I might still do, but I want to see how well these stands will work for them. I also need to go through and see if there's any here I need to restock. They might just be too tall and fall over, but I'm gonna try it anyway. if they're on a lower rung, they can't really fall over. I mean, I can't even do 3 side by side. I mean, I could have 2 acrylic racks next to each other, I suppose. You guys, I just pushed my rack too far back and it pushed my oil rack off. No, I just put those all on there. Really, I should have put the oils back on that shelf, but I left them here because I'm going to be using them soon. Oh, I'm an idiot. Well, I'll deal with that later. Here's my dilemma. Do I let the vertical ones overlap a bit so that the display cuts off at the same height? Or do I put them up one so you can see the bottom row a bit better? Kind of like it down here. These ones don't cut each other off too much, just a little bit. So, the way it is right now, I would have an extra spot. I made my Kingdom Hearts ones vertical, which ideally now they would be sideways based on how they fit in the display, but they just fit nicely on a vertical sheet. And vertical just feels more like a standard sticker sheet for some reason. But man, having vertical next to horizontal really fits nicely. So it would look like this. I feel like I need to make one more sticker sheet now to fill the gap over here for the convention. I guess I could also put a price sign right here that says stickers or whatever. Depending which one's displayed on which side, I could move it so that the price is somewhat centered within the stickers. That'd work really nicely. Ooh, I like that. What I also like about it is that it's a display and the way to grab them, which is what I wanted, but I didn't think I was going to be able to do. I have looked at greeting card displays, and I haven't found one that I really, really like that is just a flat surface. They're always rotary, but then you don't see all the designs. It's good for saving space and you can spin it on the table to see the designs, but I want them all visible so people walking by can see all of it without having to rifle through something. With my buttons, I had the flat boxes, but then also had a vertical display, and it was the same with the stickers. I had a vertical display and then stickers flat on the table, but now it's like display and stock. Not all the stock. There'll be more behind the table, but I can have some of each in the display for people to grab. So, this and that. Thank you so much for suggesting this. I never thought of that. So here is sticker stock. I'm gonna for sure need more Animal Crossing. It's a pretty thin stack. This one's not that popular, so I think that's fine. It's not Halloween anymore, so this one's probably fine. There are a lot of Eevees left. I made so many of them last time. This might be enough. I might make a few more just to play it safe. This is probably enough cute foods. This is enough My Hero. These aren't even in sleeves yet, so this stack will get thicker once I put them in their sleeves. And I will need more Sailor Moon because that's not the biggest stack there. So that's what I need to do. A few more Sailor Moon, a few of these, a lot of these, and then I have to do the Kingdom Hearts ones. Okay, I thought Carol was dead for a while there. She would not power on, even though this box has the green light on it. And I think it's something to do with where it plugs in, because look at the power light. See how it's on? If I push this, it powers off. So it's got a fiddly connection there. So I'm cutting the vlog off here. This is nowhere near the end of the vlog, but there's just a ridiculous amount of footage. I filmed so much on Saturday, and so I'm gonna have to break it down into 2 videos because I just do not have time to edit the entire thing this morning, because I always do the editing in the mornings before I do my live streams. And so I'm cutting the vlog off here. The rest of it will be uploaded tomorrow. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog.
I'm the landscape you need to see. You are the artist I'll never be. I'm so sorry I never stay. Overreact and just walk away.